It's going to help you get through it. In general, this whole thing is simpler than you guys think. Okay? We're going to just hit this bulleted list together and make sure everybody understands each thing. Okay, bullet point number 1, do not fucking lose this note. You must destroy it when done studying. If they find this, it's all over. Of course, if they find this, it's fucked. Okay, so let's just hold on to these. In general, the best thing you can do to stay alive here is minimize your lies. That means, Symbol, you coming in and now you're Jake and you have gelled up hair and you're a whole new person and you're from fucking Ridgecrest, California. You got a whole backstory. It looks like don't write some fan fiction about why you're here. Just be yourself, because lying.
You can't keep track of so many lies.
Yeah. So I know it seems like an exciting time to create a character and be like the best actor ever. That's just gonna make you lose. Okay. I recommend just being yourself. Mizzy, Peyton, Banks, Symbol, Bert. Just keep your names. Minimize all of your lies. Your backstory, your job, where you're from. It should just be like day one all over again. Don't. The only things you have to lie about are 3 things. Is the show live? Do you know each other? And have you been here before? Have you been here all along? Those are really the only things you have to lie about. You're still Mizzy. You're a musician. You're from California, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. Bert, you're the Black Urban Rip trainer. There we go. You're Daddy Bert. Peyton, you're a model. Banks, you're a streamer. Symbol, you're an aspiring actor. Just keep it simple. Keep it real. Okay. Yeah, and then the next bullet point, don't come up with fake character story stuff. The more complex your lie is, the harder it is to keep intact. Just keep it the exact same story you had on day 1, except with the dates changed. Instead of Halloween, maybe talk about Thanksgiving, you know? Because that's going to be the holiday that's relevant coming in. A big one, do not laugh, okay? When you see Ben running around like this time, you thought it was real last time, now you're going to think it's funny. Just look away. Here's some ways to not laugh. If something funny is happening, don't do the thing where it's like...
You look at a friend and...
Mizzy, like we both know, right? Don't look at Mizzy, don't look at Symbol. So Peyton, if you're sitting there and we're filming some bullshit scene that you know is just junk, don't look at Banks and be like...
Do not look at me.
No, we'll both start
laughing.
Don't look at each other.
Yeah, no. Okay.
If it's something that you like, the person who you were on day 1, like I remember I kind of like laughed. I didn't look, obviously not looking at them, but like when Jeremy does his thing, like I remember I chuckled and he yelled at me. Is something like that like okay? Like where he...
Yeah, that's not...
If it's natural. If it's
natural.
If it's natural,
okay.
But if it's like... If you're laughing because, wow, these people are such idiots, they have no idea. Like, don't do that.
No.
Like,
Okay.
If something is genuinely ridiculous...
Like, yeah, like if everyone's laughing, we don't want to be the ones in the corner like...
That's the other thing. If you laugh, don't make up some story about why you think... Don't do the thing... This is something I do that is, like, stupid. If I get caught laughing, I'll say, like, oh, I was just thinking about this joke I heard one time. I'll say some stupid shit like that. If you laugh at what's going on, just say, this is absurd. Just give them the truth. Yeah. Again, go back to the truth. Don't go on like, oh, I was just thinking about something my cousin said one time. It was really funny. If you laugh, just say, yeah, this is, don't you think this is just a little absurd? And then just move on, okay? Basically, this whole thing is just basically saying lie as little as possible. That's what's going to make this easy for you guys. That's the theme of the document here. Yeah, don't look at the other plants. Don't give little nods or gestures. If something is funny and you want to laugh, just look at the ground or leave the room if you can't hold it together. One thing we'll do is, like, if I laugh, I'll maybe turn it into a cough or something. I can change the action. If I start laughing and boom, different energy. I've taken the laughter energy and moved it into something else. Turned it into a cough, whatever you got to do. Don't overthink it though. Just don't act suspicious. Try not to laugh. If it's truly impossible not to laugh, turn it into a cough or a sneeze and just leave the room or just get out of the situation. If the situation's so absurd that you're starting to look suspicious, just leave. Just go to the fridge. If you really have to laugh, play it off casual and just say, yeah, this is absurd. Like, of course I'm going to laugh. Again, do not be friendly with staff. When you got here, you didn't know Vance's name, you didn't know Luca's name. You guys didn't even see me for probably days or something. You talked to Ben and Jeremy. Those are the two that you talked to. And that's how it's going to be all over again. So when you see
Don't
Vance...
oversell it either. If you if you're like, what's your name? What's your name? If you do that bunch, then it's gonna be, that even draws probably more suspicion on yourself. So I'll tell you my name like once or twice, and then you know my name.
Yeah. What was your name again? Don't try to oversell it like, oh, I'm so fresh here.
Well, like,
Oh,
We
so
should
you're
know
Ben,
Ben's
right?
name because if we talked to him before production,
and you
right?
like walked us in.
You'll know Ben's name. Yeah, you'll already know Ben. Like, that's Ben.
I'll stick with the unibrow nickname I gave you.
Sure. Yeah. Do whatever's natural. And you guys probably won't see me for a while. Again, it'll just be the same way everything happened. Don't be friendly with the cameramen. Maybe you'll naturally, when you start hearing other contestants, when they figure out that his name is Vance, maybe that's a good time to like refer to Vance or refer to Luca. But just try not to do it. But just take the lead of the house, whatever the house naturally is, where they're learning people's names. Just match where they're at. Don't be the first to like call the cameraman Vance. You don't know our names, but don't oversell it. Don't put us into a situation where we have to start acting with you. We don't want to do that. So if you're like, if Luca's passing by and you're trying to really sell that you've never been here before, hey, I haven't caught your name yet. What's your name? That's bad. We'll eliminate you straight up, because that's just putting us. That is like so suspicious. Like just treat the cameramen like they're McDonald's workers. Like they're invisible people. They're below you. You're here to be on a famous show. That's like how you guys treated them early on. It's very rude. Kidding. But yeah, just look past us, okay? We're invisible. You know Ben and you know G. That's how reality shows are. You know a couple people and the staff is invisible. Okay, the next one. You're gonna feel nervous and you're gonna feel paranoid a lot. We almost blew the show because we thought Mizzy knew what was going on. We got paranoid too, and we could take some notes from this next one. Confidence, okay? In reality, Mizzy really didn't know what was going on. She just knew that, Mizzy knew that there was some bullshit afoot, but we thought that she knew everything.
Yeah.
So we got paranoid, and you're gonna feel the same way around other people. You're gonna think, because even though these people don't know what's going on, they're still people and they're perceptive. We're social creatures. People are going to know something's up. Like, Bert, you had the feeling early on that something was just up. And you didn't know exactly what it was, but you knew something was up.
Yes.
And maybe you chase it more than other people and you really want to know. Most people will be like, something's up. And then they'll get hungry and get distracted. Or like a challenge will start and they'll stop thinking about it. You need to feel confident that people are going to know what's up, but they're not going to have the ability to put it all together and link you to it. You know what I mean? You need to feel confident because you've been here before, you've been through everything. It would be so much effort for these people to really put it all together that it's almost impossible. So don't worry. If you're laying in bed, say it's night 2 and you're laying in bed, you're like, oh my God, I think they know about me. They probably don't. And if they do think something's up, what they probably think is that you're just weird. And there's going to be other weird people around too. The fact that there's a computer talking to them and the hosts are crazy and eccentric, they're going to mostly be focused on the weirdness of the show, not the weirdness of the people. And no offense, Bert, you kind of like flew under the radar with your eccentricities for the first 2 weeks because people were focused on this weird show. Like, I feel like people didn't really get to know you and how eccentric you are until like a week in because they were focused on computer, this is weird. And like a lot of stuff flies under the radar for the first like 2 weeks. So, and that's the whole remainder of the show. So